you feeling about that?
First drive was cool. That was fun.
That was cool. Any 49ers fans? Oh, you're Vikings. You're from Minnesota?
No, I'm from Stone Cold,
Yeah. They're out in the rural area of Illinois.
Yeah.
So how did you become Vikings?
My first jersey was an Adrian Peterson jersey.
Okay.
And that's why I love watching football and playing it too, so
Yeah.
it's level up. It's a sport.
Yeah, I was a huge Randy Moss fan. I was a huge Chris Carter fan. So kind of that area I was. All right, cool. Hey, I put up the due dates for each assignment, so now there's no more confusion. Essentially, all assignments are due the Monday night before class. Okay. Right, so that way, just get everything in before class. Any questions before we get started? Okay. Hey, this chapter we're talking about buyer behavior. We can think of it as the same as consumer behavior. We'll think about individual consumers. We'll talk about B2B, right? So businesses that buy from other businesses. What are some of the fundamental things, the internal aspects about that, external factors? How do we go about making decisions on things to buy, right? So we say, hey, consumer behavior, buyer behavior involves many different things. One is the social element, another is a psychological element, another is the economic element, and ultimately there's some business elements in there as well too. So we think maybe psychological, hey, I'm hungry, okay. Intrinsically, there's a need, there's a desire, a want, but what are your options, right? What are the options out there for you to select? One, you like, hey, I don't want to spend X amount of dollars, right? So that kind of filters the decision making, and then you're like, well, I don't want to go too far, right? Then you get to like, well, maybe I'll do Uber Eats, Grubhub, something of the sort. Maybe I'll just drive somewhere because I don't want to pay double for my food using Uber Eats, et cetera. Right, so we say, hey, it depends on the need. It depends on the product. Some products require high involvement, like going purchase a car. Like there's a lot of technical things I have to think about. There's financing, you gotta qualify, what's the credit look like, what kind of car I actually want, what are the options, what's the make and the model, right? All these different things. High involvement, or even maybe like buying a house. Some things are very low involvement. Low involvement with a lot of choices. I want some chocolate. Okay. A lot of chocolate. Everybody wants Kit Kat, Snickers, Reese's, right? Lots of choices, very low involvement. Right? You just grab it and go. All right, so the one you kind of think of that, like, hey, what is the fundamental aspects of buying anything, and how does corporations market well and put communications to kind of work with that model, to kind of induce you to select their product, all right? Trying to induce you to say, to be a pick me, right? We call it a pick me show. Right, how do you get someone to select you out of all the alternatives? So in this chapter, we'll talk about elements, right? Internal and external information searches by consumers as part of the purchasing process. 3 models that explain how individuals evaluate purchasing alternatives. The trends that are affecting the consumer buying environment, and how do the roles played by various members of the buying center and the factors that influence them impact purchasing. And then we'll also learn what types of business sales are made, what are the steps of the B2B buying process, how does dual channel marketing expand the company's customer base, and how can a company overcome international differences in adapting the buyer process. All right, so moving along. All right, next cafe, right?